Christine Persichetti. The American flag serves as a symbol of freedom, and the Knights of Columbus is honoring those who fought for our freedom this Flag Day. One of those heroes is World War II veteran Bill Lacavara, whose faith kept him going during his years of active duty. Currents News' Jessica Easthope has more from Immaculate Conception Church in Astoria.
A 1941 Dodge Command car rumbles down Ditmars Boulevard in Astoria. Sitting in the front seat is U.S. Navy Seaman First Class Bill Lacavara. He's 98 years old. On Flag Day, he was invited to his home parish of Immaculate Conception for a ceremony put on by the Knights of Columbus.
I pledge allegiance to the flag.
As traffic stops and Bill holds the flag he fought for during World War II, the Pledge of Allegiance leaves his lips, and he's taken back to a dark time in his life and in our nation's history.
I've seen a lot of people get killed. So I fought for the American flag. Like I say, I'm proud of what I did, even though I went through hell. But if I had to do it again, I'd gladly do it.
During the war, Bill's destroyers were attacked by kamikaze planes, and he suffered shrapnel wounds to his right leg. He received 8 Navy battle stars during his service, but his sacrifice means much more to this community. And Grand Knight Mario Massa, who organized the day.
He's a great parishioner and is a 4th degree member in the Knights of Columbus. It's always been my honor to acknowledge servicemen.
Bill's 2 children, Mike and Margaret, say their dad is an example of a member of the greatest generation who willingly gave himself for his country.
Anybody who has any doubt for the love of their country should have been here to witness this, and then they wouldn't have any doubt what people went through to save this country.
Freedom is definitely not free. I mean, what he went through, a lot of people could not, would not be able to withstand that, but yet he did. And he, amongst many, did that, again, to ensure that we would be free.
And this Flag Day, Bill hopes the youngest generation knows what he and his fellow service members did for them and how his faith in God got him home.
When I went down to sign for the Navy in January '43, the line was around the block. See, the younger generation respect the American flag, the flag of freedom. I prayed that I'd come home safe and sound. Well, all right. I had a very, very tough time, but I'm home.
Bill hasn't worn his naval uniform in nearly 80 years, but as he salutes the flag today, he knows he'd put it on again in a heartbeat. In Astoria, Jessica Easthope, Currents News.
This weekend, the tablet is marking Father's Day by looking at fathers in faith, from the biblical fathers, Abraham and Noah, to the spiritual ones, such as priests and bishops. The paper even talks to a deacon who speaks to his story about faith guiding him even as his family struggled. The paper is also celebrating graduation season with a special scholastic issue. The tablet salutes the top scholars from the 15 Catholic high schools in Brooklyn and Queens. The students showing not only excellence in the classroom, but Christian leadership in their communities. To read all this and more, be sure to pick up the paper at your local church this weekend. You can also get future editions sent straight to your mailbox by subscribing online at thetablet.org. This past weekend, a one-of-a-kind Queens Parish celebrated its 100th anniversary. Glory and praise to our God, Most Precious Blood Church in Astoria marked its century of service with a mass celebrated by Bishop Emeritus of Brooklyn, Nicholas DiMarzio. If it looks a little different than the Catholic churches you're used to, that's by design. According to their pastor, Most Precious Blood is one of only a few churches in the Diocese of Brooklyn built with an Art Deco style. Following Mass in that unique church, Bishop DiMarzio also processed outside with the Blessed Sacrament, stopping to pray at 4 altars that represent the 4 languages spoken in the parish: Croatian, Spanish, English, and Tagalog. And finally tonight, a positive update to a story first brought to you by Currents News more than a month ago. Father Jim Cunningham has finally had his kidney transplant and is doing well. The organ came from a friend and parishioner of his parish, St. Francis de Sales in Belle Harbor. It wasn't Father Jim's first transplant. He was diagnosed with late-stage kidney disease in 2015. And in 2016, another friend donated his kidney to Father Jim without hesitation. Unfortunately, that kidney failed after Father had COVID. His latest surgery happened on May 11th. Father Jim Cunningham is still recovering at home, but he joins us now to give us an update. Hi, Father Jim.
Christine, how are you?
I'm great, but the big question is, how are you? How are you feeling?
I'm doing very well. I am very blessed and very lucky. I feel great. Slowly getting back to work, slowly.
Okay.
But I had a very successful surgery, and I go to the hospital twice a week, and all of my numbers are great numbers, and the doctors are very, very happy with everything so far.
Oh, that's so wonderful to hear. Have you caught up with your donor since the surgery? How's he doing?
I see him all the time,
Okay.
and I thank him every day. He's a wonderful guy. He was only in the hospital for 1 day after the surgery.
Wow.
Yeah, I was in for a week, but he was there. We had surgery on Thursday, and on Friday he was released.
Wow. I think a lot of people hesitate to become organ donors because they're thinking, what is this going to mean for me? So why should Catholics consider becoming donors?
Well, you're giving the gift of life. So many people suffer from kidney disease, and the idea of a living donor really can change a person's life. People live on dialysis, but living with dialysis is very challenging, and your quality of life is it's not easy. So when someone can be a living donor, they really are saving a life. And Mike Coughlin and Pat Nash before him, they both saved my life.
Really wonderful guys. When we spoke with you before your surgery, you said when this was all over, you were going to live your life to the best of your ability. So now that it is over, how are you living life differently?
Well, exercise every day. My goal is to lose 50 pounds by Christmas. That will help with everything. And I think not to take for granted the gift I've received. So that means really trying to get into the best shape possible. It's going to take some time. I'm very sore. I had 37 staples. But each day I get stronger. And living in Rockaway, close to the ocean, I have no excuse not to get out there and walk and exercise and do whatever and eat healthy. That's probably the biggest challenge I face.
Well, it sounds like a good plan. Father Jim Cunningham, Associate Pastor at St. Francis de Sales Parish. Thanks so much for speaking with us. We're so happy to hear you're doing well.
Thank you very much, Christine.
So if you want to enroll as an organ or tissue donor in New York State, just go to donatelife.ny.gov. And that is this Currents News Update. I'm Christine Persichetti. Thank you for joining us because we are putting your faith in the news. Hope to see you again next time.